Islam Makhachev, who was supposed to be going up against Saryukin. Everybody was looking forward to this battle. Saryukin, this would have been the second matchup, right?
Yes, this would have been the rematch. It's similar to like they fought at early prospects. This would have been now for a belt would have been cool to see revisit,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Saryukin has evolved as a fighter. Islam has gotten better too. So this was a really
yeah.
intriguing matchup, but it didn't happen, Will. Oh, gasp. For anybody that didn't watch UFC 311 and doesn't already know, they're like, what?
Yeah.
The fight didn't go down. Yeah, so we have Saryukin that pulls out, was it one day before?
1 a.m. Friday morning.
Whoo.
Yeah.
Uncle
Some
Dana
is
does not
quick
like
snaps.
that. Does not
No,
like that.
after we talk about the fight, we'll talk about what's next for Armin and some of the stuff they said. Uh, but yeah, we'll talk about a little bit of that stuff. Let's get into the fight. So yeah, he pulls out. Moicano was supposed to fight Dariush. They said, "Sorry, Dariush, here's his money," and Moicano gets the title shot on a day's notice. On a day's notice, allegedly. And then he steps in to fight Makhachev for the
Money
belt.
Moicano, dude. Always ready to go.
Can't afford
Easy
to lose, dude.
money. Dude, honestly, I'm a big fan of Moicanos.
How can you not be? He's
Dude,
so
so
fun.
much fun. So much fun.
How's he in Parkers in Brazil?
With the mic, he's just money with the mic, man.
Yeah.
Money
Unfortunately,
Mike Moicano. That's what he should
this
be.
time, unfortunately, this time just with the mic. But yeah, let's get into the fight. Come on.
Yeah. Let's get into the fight. So we have Islam Makhachev goes in, right? Both of these guys definitely on a roll. Islam, is this his fourth title defense?
Fourth title defense. This is like if he wins this one, it's the most title defenses in the lightweight division in UFC history. Big deal.
Yeah.
Moicano said that he'd been training for Islam for a long time. He's in the same camp as Arman, right? I think they might have. Well, there's two schools of thought. Some people are saying, look, there's a decent chance Arman knew he came into this injured and was hoping he'd be able to make it, and Moicano knew this and was prepared, knowing that he's also on the same card, also preparing for Makhachev, potentially, right? Who knows? Allegedly.
Yeah.
The fight starts, and they're throwing hands, catches Islam off balance. The commentary booth thinks it's a knockdown, but it was really just kind of like a weird, awkward. He tried to pull his head back and got off balance. But that's rare to see Islam even off balance. He's one of those fighters who's very well. His base is so strong that you don't really see him off balance too much. And even though it wasn't a knockdown, he didn't really clip him. I was like, oh, this, Moicano might have some success here. And then because of the matchup, Islam is a southpaw. Moicano is orthodox, which means he can just reach down and grab that lead leg. He doesn't have to reach across him to grab the lead leg. He can just reach down and grab it. It's right there for him. Grabs the lead leg, puts the left hand over the shoulder, takes him down with like a minute or two into the fight.
Yeah. It was a beautiful sequence, really, man, right? Because it's kind of like
Islam,
single leg, goes to like a high crotch, and then he sees Moicano's balance is still pretty solid. And then while pulling on the right leg, pushes him down on the top. Just
the old push-pull.
He just, for somebody that's so high level, man, and a lot of times you see like really fancy things come from folks in the UFC, especially at this level. But for him, a lot of it's just like really, really good at the fundamentals and the basic techniques, right?
Yeah.
And it makes it even much more impressive. Look at that.
I mean, it's so cool. Also, shout out the shorts. Thank God Venom is doing custom shorts for fighters because that's better than the generic. Everybody looks the same.
Yeah.
It is
looking
cool.
good.
So, could be better, but it's a start.
He gets Moicano down, right? Moicano at a certain point starts, what was it, the butterfly guard? He starts working starts creating some separation between him and Islam. And then he throws a couple up kicks up. And then like Islam gives him a little bit of space. Moicano starts getting up, like turns, gets up on all fours. And Islam's like, don't do that.
That's exactly what I wanted you to do.
And he jumps on that Doris, man.
Yeah,
with the quickness.
He's so fast on it, dude. I mean, look at the It's so nasty. And Moicano's good on the ground, dude. His jiu-jitsu is very good. I know a lot of people were saying like, look, Moicano doesn't mind being on the ground. It's going to open up his striking. He's not going to be so scared of getting taken down. He'll actually open up with his hands and stuff as soon as it got to the ground. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
thing with Oliveira, right? Like when Islam took Oliveira down, he passes and then gets him in the arm triangle immediately. Like his top game to like time to submission is so fast. It is crazy.
Did he really say who gave him that black belt afterwards?
Dude, he always it's so funny, dude.
And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I've been doing Sambo for a long time. He is low-key hilarious, though.
Yeah, I mean, they both are. They're both funny guys. I felt bad for Moicano. I mean, but
Me too.
days notice. It is, and
What are you gonna
Islam
do?
is
You're not gonna say no unless you're
no.
Saryukin. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So yeah,
But
basically, I mean that's basically the fight. It was pretty quick. 4 minutes in, he gets the submission, chokes him out. Dana in the post-fight press conference says
Dana.
Arman is not getting a title shot next, and he will have to work. He'll have to earn it again. And they asked him when he said that, they're like, "Hey, dude, you think he could have fought?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not saying that." But he also was talking about how they sent the doctor to go check on him. He's like, everybody will agree we got like the best doctor staff. They checked him out. He couldn't continue. And it made it seem like maybe the doctor was like, you can continue.
Yeah.
And the
The doctor's
rumor,
like, dude, you stubbed your toe. What are you doing?
yeah. It's just a little, yeah. But a lot of people are thinking, everybody saw Arman going into this fight, how huge he was. A lot of people were thinking, oh, he's not going to make
You
weight.
couldn't make weight.
Couldn't make weight. And the UFC covered for him basically and said, yeah, it's an injury.
Which
But
makes more sense because
was
then
it?
Dana would be like, he was very unprofessional coming into the fight, wasn't
Yeah.
prepared, so he's gonna have to earn it. That makes sense because I don't remember seeing Dana telling somebody you're gonna have to earn it again after they got hurt.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the flip. Someone who has a title shot scheduled and pulls out for injury, we've seen them get it when they come back. But also, there's really
Interesting.
the UFC doesn't really deal with like setting precedents and then sticking with them. They kind of just like fly by
Yeah,
the seat of their
yeah.
pants, whatever. There's no principles in the UFC.
Damn, bro, that was harsh.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about? You know what I always say. You can't wait for title shots. Meanwhile, Colby's out for a year and a half and gets one. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's Kobe Covington, though.
yeah.
He's an American hero.
Uh,
All right, man. But hey, props to Islam.
Yeah.
The most
Well, you know what's
decorated lightweight
You know what's
champion now.
crazy about Islam is this is now once again a late notice replacement fighter for him to defend his belt against. Which, yeah, it's ballsy on both sides. We always talk about that. It's
Yeah.
more ballsy for the guy who is taking a fight on short notice if they weren't training. Moicano had a full camp. He was always going to fight on this card. So that's a little different. But it's also tough for a champion to defend their belt against someone who they were not preparing for. And
Yes.
Arman and Moicano are very different fighters. I love
Yes.
Moicano, but he's not quite the same level as Arman, and he's very different style. So props to Islam. Volk was a short notice replacement. Moicano's a short notice replacement now. 2 of his title defenses are short notice replacements. But goddamn, dude, he's so good. Dana finally said he's pound best.
He said gladiators didn't get to pick who they were fighting and going into the Coliseum, right? And
That's
I respect
the type of champ
that.
I like.
I
That's the
respect
type of
that.
champ.
Anybody, anywhere, anytime, let's go. And he said he's down to fight Duplessis.
Dude, fuck it.
Why not? Let's see what he can do.
I actually like him. I would like him to stay at lightweight. I still want to see the Arman fight.
I say put him up against Alex Pereira. Put him up against John Jones.
Anything that will keep Yuzri away from Alex. I'm fine
with. Please. We'll talk about that a little bit later, actually.
Hey, shout out Pepper. Hey, boys, first UFC show I actually watched. Main event was a little underwhelming. Now I understand UFC fans watching Denver. Well, I mean, it's quick, right? It's the same thing, super like Haggerty. You're looking for this crazy fight, and it doesn't quite happen because it ends so quickly. That was at least a little different, though, because it was 2 high-level guys, extremely high level. Moicano's high level, but it's not. He was supposed to fight Arman. It would have been a different fight. It would have been a much different fight.
Absolutely.
When they
But either
announced,
way,
oh,
there's still
Moicano's,
something about like appreciating the legend of Makhachev growing, right? Like we're seeing
oh
it
yeah,
right in front of us. We're going through the process.
yep.
So Pepper completely understand, right? But I guess just not having seen Islam work his way up and see
Mhm.
what he's doing now, I guess it's a little bit harder to appreciate, right?
Yeah, and Ghost is basically echoing exactly what I'm saying. What's up? Little cynical here, but I want to see Islam versus Armin 2 even more now, and I'm in the same
Yes.
boat. I'm in the
Yes.
same boat because this was like
Agreed.
when they announced Moicano stepping up. I'm like, okay, Islam's gonna run through him. I like Moicano, but Islam is just on another level compared to him, and the fact that Islam did what he did, it just proves that point even more so. He didn't have like oh man, Moicano really took it to him. No, Islam
Yeah,
doesn't
give
have fights like that.
give Moicano Patty Pimblich now,
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Just come on. He deserves a couple fun fights. Let him make some extra money, possibly some
Yeah.
bonuses.
Well, this
But
shouldn't hurt him in the rankings, in my opinion.
no,
Short
props
notice
to
fight.
Moicano for stepping
Yeah.
up in a 1 day notice, dude. Saving the
Yeah.
card like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, Coleslaw. Shout out Coleslaw out in the crab boat. That first
Oh, I
round
love
was
it.
still a banger. Money Moicano almost dropped Islam. Still impressive. Look, he went out there. He did his thing. He got Islam off balance, which is more than most can say.
Yes,
Pe-
absolutely.
Pepper says, "I'm assuming he is like Mike Tyson. Every fight you expect him to smash his opponent, so when he does it's not a disappointment. Not necessarily. I don't know if Pepper. I don't know if you saw this, but he was scheduled to fight Armin Saryukian, and Saryukian pulled out the Friday morning. Moicano stepped up, so this was never going to be like a competitive fight, in my opinion. Anything could happen, right, in a fight, but like 9 times out of 10, this was never going to be competitive. Not on a day's notice. Not jumping up the rankings this high."
Hey, like Kevin
Yeah.
Garnett said, man, anything is possible. Rich probably appreciates
Was he the
that
one that
that
was
quote. Shout
in?
out, Rich.
Was he in Uncut Gems?
I believe so. Yeah, that was him.
That's what I know him from.
Yeah. He's an actor, Will.
Yeah, he did great in that movie. I think he played himself though.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, so do you have anything else for the main event?
Blunder says he went out there. High praise.
He went out there. He did that. He did.
He certainly got in the game.
Yeah, and he also walked out to some Tupac, if I remember correctly. Respect.
I didn't see the walkout.
Yeah, walked out to some Tupac. A lot of respect for that. Hey, everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.